Hello, and welcome back to the world's greatest podcast. I'm Lloyd.
And I'm JD.
I'm Layne.
And this week we're going to talk about your wonderful job, Layne.
Yes, my job.
What do you do?
I'm a chainsmith and a leatherworker.
See?
Yeah.
Cool.
So I
told you it was going to be awesome.
yeah. So I do tons of stuff with leather, anything from I've done tankards, water bottles, to gun holsters, to
Chaps?
sword sheaths. I have done chaps.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's tons of stuff you can do with it, and same with the chainmail. Mostly jewelry. Obviously, no application for it now.
Well, you made yourself a...
Yeah, I've made myself a chainmail shirt. This chain here. This is something I made. Take it off and show you guys.
You just got to take the hat off.
Yeah. Fuck.
Look at the hair.
Yeah. My long flowing locks. So yeah.
So look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is...
And those are silver chain links.
Yeah. It's 19...
That's massive. Like, it's a beautiful hammer there as well.
So like we were saying, also in itself, it's an artwork, what you do, right? Not many people know how to make... know how to make chainmail.
Thank you. Yeah, you could consider it a trade, but at the same time, it is an art, and it's definitely a dying one.
So did you have to apprentice under someone to do that?
Self-taught.
Self-taught.
Completely self-taught with everything that I do, actually. I was shown the basics, and then I took it from there. I've kind of always had natural aptitude towards building stuff.
Right.
Always been good with my hands. Always wanted to do something with my hands, but I was also artistic, and construction and that never really appealed to me, so I got into this stuff.
There's always porn.
Yeah. There's always porn.
Lots to do with your hands in.
Oh, yeah, tons.
So how long have you been doing this for now?
I've been doing it for 5 years now.
5 years.
Yeah. So, and when I first started, I really had no experience in it at all.
Right.
And
what drew you to it?
Always been interested in history.
Yeah.
Always. That was what really got me. As far back as I can remember, I've always wanted to be like a knight or a Viking. Just even got in trouble in elementary school for stealing books on castles.
Right.
Like, it was just something I
stole
always...
a book on castles.
Fuck yeah, I did.
Good job.
Yeah. And
see, we actually went to school together in high school.
Yes,
we
did.
both went to Beaverbrook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a school.
And Brett.
Yeah,
which has
and
also
Brett.
been on the show from Freshadactyl. We all went to the show. And you're almost the same size, or are the same, or taller. Who knows? They're very tall.
I would say I would hope you wouldn't get in too much trouble for stealing a book to learn something.
You'd be amazed.
You'd be amazed?
You'd be amazed. Yeah.
Especially if you're Layne.
Yeah. Trouble just kind of like comes to me.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like a magnet for it. Yeah.
Right. So you've always had an affinity for history. So what was it, the Norse history?
I'm very big into the Viking culture. Also what they call the transitional era.
Well, we got a sweet little Viking sword right here that you showed me at your house the other day.
Yeah, I got a couple of Viking swords.
We'll take that out the sheath for the viewers later because it's epic.
But in the era of the transitional era knight, so right before plate armor became big, and they really didn't have as much protection as they did in the full plate, because once you had full plate, you were pretty much invulnerable. Swords wouldn't do anything to you. You were completely safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in that time, you could still get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it still relied a lot on the skill, not so much on how much money you could put into your suit of armor.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So you burn these leathers with the pans?
One I did with leather burning gun, and then the other one I actually hand carved.
Yeah, I can see that one is.
Yeah, this one here I carved, and then this one I burned.
So you just use a knife for that, or what?
It's a couple of things actually. I use something called a stylus, and then I lay the pattern into the leather, and then I cut it in, and then I go back with a few different types of leather punches, and then you hammer it into the leather itself.
Oh wow!
It's actually quite a process.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
it looks like a lot of work.
Standard tooling, usually about 6-8 hours. Yeah.
When you actually work at a place in Calgary?
Yeah, Dark Age Creations. It's, we're actually the only medieval armory in Western Canada, and everything we sell is not like
and that's in the southeast.
Yeah, we're right off of
Blackfoot Trail.
Yeah.
And sort of that go between,
Yeah, we're on 42nd Ave, so right between Blackfoot and
McLeod, yeah. And you're just, if you're coming off Blackfoot,
so you're not too far
going south.
Do you walk there?
I'd take the train 39th and walk
and just
up.
get off there.
Yeah,
okay.
It's way easier.
Yeah, you're just on the right-hand side, I think, if you're going towards McLeod, the little strip mall there.
Yeah, right near Cocoa Brooks.
You've got by Cocoa Brooks, and you've got a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay, right by Cocoa Brooks.
Yeah,
I love Cocoa Brooks.
Yeah, good pizza there.
Oh,
yeah. So you guys are open what?
We're open 7 days a week, actually.
7 days a week?
Yeah, and we have certain days, too. We are also, all of us are Hema martial artists. Hema actually stands for Historical European Martial Arts.
Yeah.
And we do instruction and teach classes on fighting with the weapons as well.
Okay,
yeah.
Awesome.
So everybody that works at the shop too kind of has a different discipline they're interested in. I do a lot of obviously the Viking stuff.
Now, does the instruction go on in the shop, or do you have a different location? Okay.
We want to open up our own cell here soon, but it's just availability in the space and making sure we have enough dedicated students that it's actually a viable option.
And for people that show up, you don't use sharp weapons.
No, there's synthetic swords we use. Yeah.
So you still get a beating, but it's
not near as bad.
You're not losing arms.
No.
You're coming home with bruises and maybe a broken bone.
Once you get higher up in the sparring and you're more experienced with it, we do actually fight with steel.
Right.
There's a specific sword we use in German longsword called a Federschwert. It's German for feather sword, and it operates a lot like a fencing foil, but it's the same weight and balance as a longsword, and it just doesn't have an edge. So when you get hit with it, it's like
it hurts
hit
like
with a sword. Oh yeah, it hurts.
It's still
it hurts a lot. Yeah.
Ow.
So but it's a lot of fun. Kind of too always been drawn to martial arts as well.
Yeah.
But I don't mean to sound racist by this, but I never really wanted to learn the Oriental martial arts.
Right.
I'm not Oriental. I don't relate to that martial system. I wanted to learn how my people fought.
Yeah.
So once I found that availability to learn that, I threw myself into it head first.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I live it. It does become more a lifestyle than anything. Yeah.
Now, do you associate with any of the groups in town that?
I myself, no. I'm so thrown in at the shop, especially with all the custom projects and whatnot, that I don't get much time besides shop stuff to do that stuff.
Right.
But I have quite a few friends that fight in the Forge, which is the Hema group in the city, as well as the Sons of Fenrir, which is the Viking reenactment group.
Which I know them well. So,
yeah,
he photographed them.
Wallace Comic Expo. Yeah, I'm very good friends with Tracy.
Yeah. Tracy Stewart.
Yeah, and Josh Clark.
Yeah,
big redheaded.
Well, and you'll be at Comic Con for everyone to see too, right? You were there last year and the year before that.
Oh yeah, hashtag Sword Island. So.
I try to see you. You're always busy when I pop by. I was always talking to someone about.
That must be crazy for you because
it is.
It with that crowd, it'll be something that draws them in, and especially because I mean this is authentic stuff. I mean this is real stuff,
and that's exactly
it. Must really pull people in. People that you know.
Well, most people too, when they go out and they buy a real sword, they usually end up spending $500 on a United Cutlery Lord of the Rings replica. They take it home, they try to cut like a piece of tatami or something, and the sword snaps. And they're like, what the hell happened? It's because they didn't really get a real sword. They don't really know what to look for. And then they come by our booth, and we actually take the time to explain to them how a sword is made, and then they understand why these cost so much money. Because they are the real deal. They're not just some fancy wall piece of art. It is art itself, but it's the real thing still.
Yeah. So do you guys know the guy that forges them? Do you order them from guy specifically? Or?
These two actually are handmade pieces from a company called Baltimore Knife and Sword. Okay. And the guy who made both these, or I know at least did the carving, his name is Ilya. His last name is some crazy Slavic last name I'm not even going to try to pronounce. And he actually did all the hand engraving on these.
They're really cool.
The blades, they're hand-smithed as well, too, even down to the fullering in them. That's done all by hand.
Right.
So these guys are doing it to the real deal. They do use some modern tools like power hammers and whatnot, but if you have the availability, why not make it easier, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so
that's So are you manufacturing swords yourself, or are you just strictly going with a chain?
Yeah, we import the swords. I myself do all the chainmail and leatherwork though. Once we get the availability and once I learn how to do it, I want to start doing swords and armor. More so armor than swords. I'd love to do some
forge work.
Yeah.
I'll have a go. It's a shame they don't have more of that around. Well, I watched that show called The Forge too. That looks...
Oh, Forged in Fire. Yeah.
Where they make
they make all the historical blades.
Yeah, that's a great show.
I love that show.
And I've always wanted to have a go.
Yeah.
I think I could be alright at it. You got to have an artistic look out.
Yeah.
It used to be such a big trade, but now it's an artist. Like even before my grandfather came to Canada, he was a blacksmith over in Holland.
Right.
And like that's what he did, but he was a farrier. He had no idea even how to make swords. He knew how to make stuff for horses and farm equipment, but as far as a sword, he could never do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'd like to give it a go.
Oh yeah.
I almost bought one of those big horns from you last Comic Con.
The drinking horns. Yes.
My girlfriend wouldn't let me.
Yeah. Really. We can arrange one of those.
Okay.
Yeah, we can arrange one of those.
I'll become senior this year.
Yeah.
I got some. Because I wanted to drink out of a horn.
Oh yeah, you feel like a badass right away.
I wondered if you guys had like a stand for it too.
We do. I actually I'll make custom ones out of chainmail.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So you'll be I assume in the Big Four.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're not in the Big Four. Are you?
Not the Big Four, the BMO.
Yeah, the BMO. Yeah.
BMO. Sorry, I keep on getting those two mixed up.
Yeah, Big Four is Artist Alley, if I'm right.
Yeah, well, we moved out of there.
Yeah, we moved out.
Yeah,
we moved into the BMO.
Yeah, BMO is where it's at.
Yeah. So we'll be in there. I'll be able to pop over see you.
Yeah, for sure.
When you're not busy, you can come see me.
Of course.
Yeah, we'll be recording there as well. So
right on.
Feel free to pop anytime pop by, and we'll be doing some of this throughout. It'll probably be a different format.
Well, because you'll be at your shop, you can stop by with some other crazy stuff. Because you guys all dress up. And
Yeah, I can stop by in my full rig.
You have some friends there that dress up.
Bring by the Sons of Fenrir.
There you go.
Yeah, Sons of Fenrir are usually there doing their thing outside, and
I even have know the couple of people in the jousting society in Canada.
Oh wow!
Yeah, the Tilt and Lance Society. They're just out
how real is that though when they do that?
It's real.
Because you can die from jousting in the real.
You can. There's two types of lances that they had. Jousting was practice for the knights, right?
Yeah.
So when they do it in tournament style, the lances were designed to break even back in the medieval age.
So those are the same ones they use now, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
The ones that are designed to break?
Yeah. And, but like I said, it was all training, right? So it gave them an opportunity to practice on each other when they weren't at war.
Yeah. They can still mess you up, though.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. You can break your neck coming off a horse.
I've seen two people get dehorsed, actually.
Christopher Reed fell off a horse.
Yep.
No longer Superman.
Nope.
Yeah.
Ain't so super.
How ironic.
Yeah.
Real. I'm going to get hate for that.
So how long does it take for you to build something like the helmet? Like that's a phenomenal piece. It depends on the smith themselves and also the tools they have available. I know Ilya, depending on how much work he puts into it, usually anywhere between 2 to 5 weeks. Yeah. And for a sword, same thing. All depends how much you want to put into it. And
what about all the chain around it though?
The chain? Oh, you're looking, for me to do something like that, you're looking probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just sitting there with chains and pliers?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it's done. Some sort of plier setup.
Yeah, just your hands, pliers, and a whole pile of rings.
Yeah,
I used to make.
Do you make your own rings?
No, not anymore. I used to, but I actually spent more time making the rings than I was making chainmail.
Right.
So,
because I've seen guys do that with the drill and they'll wind the coil and then they'll cut it. I have a friend that makes little Dungeons and Dragon dice bags out of chainmail.
Yeah,
that's his project that he does with his kids. And it's really cool. But I mean. You know, I ask him how long it takes. Like, you don't even want to know.
Oh yeah, it takes a lot of time. But once you get better at it.
Well, there's different layouts too, right?
Yeah,
different patterns that you can do. Because I noticed they're not all the same pattern. There's like this one. I can't even tell how many rings it took to make that.
This one's actually called European 6-in-1. This is a more modern day weave.
Because it looks like if you had a whole shirt of that, there ain't nothing getting through that.
No, something like this, no.
But
this is called European 4-in-1.
I feel like there's more chance of getting a little poke through that.
There is actually. This is historically what all armor was actually made out of.
So why
this weave?
I don't understand why they all didn't just go with that.
Didn't develop it yet.
Yeah,
we're not that point.
They couldn't just add more rings.
No.
They couldn't just be like, more rings, man.
No.
Shit's getting through. More rings.
I know.
Fuck, I wish I'd been there. Hey, I'd been like, guys, hear me out.
Just two more. Just two more rings. That's all we need. Yeah. There's actually one cool shirt of.
So how long did it take to come from this to this? Do you know how long the period was in age?
Oh God. Something like this, Roman era to, I think, maybe modern day.
What?
Yeah. Developed as an artistic weave. Yeah.
Shame on the ancestors. 2 more rings. That's how close we were to people not dying so often.
Well, you got to think eventually all this, though, was over your whole body.
Yeah, but that just seems heavy and inappropriate.
It's actually not too bad. You know, when you have a proper suit of armor on and it's fitted to you, you actually have full mobility. And it weighs less than what a modern day soldier carries today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they carry useless crap today, don't they?
Well, still, even when you throw their gun, their ammo, their plates into it, it actually weighs less or weighs more than what a suit of armor weighs. I have a buddy that was actually in Afghanistan for 4 tours, and his whole loadout weighed about 110 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, full 15th century Gothic knight in like German Gothic harness, you're looking at about 85 pounds, including his sword. Yeah. And this is a guy you could literally walk up to with like a modern day baseball bat, crack him in the chest, and you're going to break the bat and not even knock him over.
Wow.
Yeah.
You must feel some sort of impact in there.
You do.
Though.
You feel the impact, but it doesn't do anything to you. It doesn't take the wind out of you.
The one day that he gets an arrow in your one little weak spot or something. Oh.
And there were spots.
Now you're in in this big suit and you've got an arrow coming out your neck.
Yeah. Like, oh. There was whole martial systems actually developed for fighting opponents in plate
And the
armor.
helmets, I find some of them you can't see through.
Nope, some of them you can.
Some of them are ridiculous, like a little slit. What's the point? You can't see nothing coming.
Some of those helmets are actually designed to only be worn on horseback.
Oh, okay.
So if you're taking a lance in the side of the head, you don't really need a big eye slot, right?
Yeah.
You want a tiny eye slot because you don't want
you're just
that
going to ride around
going
swinging your swords on the side.
Oh, you're not even swinging your sword. You're just dropping a stick over your shield and hoping you hit something with it.
So a lot of the time back then, they must have gotten their own guys a couple of times.
Oh, yeah. That happened.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. It happened.
Worst.
Yeah.
Worst. We were talking about that the other day when I came over. They must have, because back then how they dealt with disagreements was to have a sword fight or
a duel,
end up in death. Wake up the next day with the worst hangover and you realize you kill your best mate over the shittiest argument ever. Because I've had arguments with Jordie that have been pretty bad. In the old days he'd be dead.
Yeah.
Just stuck him through the heart. Wake up in the morning like, oh God.
Fuck. I killed my best friend.
I loved him.
Yeah.
It was just a silly argument. He drank the last of the milk. People would die for shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And too, it's pretty crazy because how many martial systems we actually have in Hema itself, because it covers such a broad spectrum from the Roman era. Like you have gladiatorial style combat to 18th century American cavalry saber techniques that people have been practicing. So it's a development of this martial art, and it's actually been a big resurgence.
And you must go beyond swordplay. Like you must, do pole arms and all that kind of stuff as well.
I practice a French manuscript called Le Jeu de la Hache, which means art of the axe. And
I just heard hash.
It's a fun one. And it's all about fighting with a pole axe.
Right.
Yeah, and Hans Talhofer, one of the German guys.
That's why you have a pole axe down in the basement. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. And
all makes sense.
Hans Talhofer was another man who wrote a manuscript on fighting with a pole axe, as well as an unarmed manuscript. So a German system of wrestling called Ring-Eck, which is actually a very brutal and efficient system. Yeah. When you look at the Oriental martial arts compared to the Hema too, is it hasn't been so formalized through the ages, is because we're not actually having to fight people with these martial arts anymore, right? So there's a lot of ritual to them. Whereas with the Hema stuff, there isn't that ritual, because even when in our warfare, there never was any ritual, right? It wasn't like with the samurai who had that very big code of honor. I'm going to pick my opponent out on the battlefield and just engage him. In a medieval skirmish, it's like, I'm going to kill that guy and the 6 guys behind him, because if I don't, these 15 angry peasants behind me are going to kill me and take my shit. Right? I got to defend myself, right? Especially if you were a knight, you were worth a lot of money. So,
nice.
so there's 3 of you guys that are instructors here. And so then you specialize, obviously, in...
I do the Viking stuff. Right. Kind of my bread and butter, actually, over anything, is the German longsword.
Right.
Just because there is so many...
tall.
It is a lot to do with that, too. I've got a lot of reach.
Did you imagine Jordan with a longsword?
It happened.
Pointless.
Yeah.
Keep getting stuck in the ground.
Pretty much,
Keep getting stuck.
Well, you got to think, Jordan's probably a good 5 inches on the average knight, though.
Oh, Jesus.
Average knight was maybe 5'3", 5'4".
You would have destroyed.
Oh, I would have been a freak of nature back then. Yeah. Kind of am
now.
now.
Pissed themselves in their armory.
Oh, exactly.
Look at this guy. He's huge.
Yeah. The armor I walk in, he's like, this is going to be an expensive one. Hope this guy's got money. Yeah.
He's going to take like 9 of our knights.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But I really like the German longsword. I kind of compare it to another weapon, modern day, AK-47 of the medieval battlefield.
Right.
It doesn't have one job it does incredibly well. It does everything good.
Yeah.
And I rather have that. I rather have something with a ton of options.
You would like balance versus,
Yeah, versus that one specialty job.
See, I prefer this bad boy.
See, and that's one that's got balance. This was actually more a farm implement than it was a weapon.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That's a mean, nasty looking sword.
Yeah.
It looks like a razor blade on the end.
Yeah. It's called a Langsax. A lot of symbolism behind it was actually close to the Scottish dirk.
Yeah.
Symbol of freedom. Only a free man could carry a weapon in Viking society.
Yeah.
So if you were freed and you were a slave, this is what you were given.
Remember, there's knives on the table. Right?
Symbol of freedom.
Yeah.
They ever had that.
William Wallace got it from you guys once.
Let them believe what they want. Let them believe what they want.
You can't deny that. He's got a sword. One of his sword, actually, it's a pretty twisted story about him. It's actually made out of the skin, like the sheath of an English lord he killed.
Ew.
Yeah, he skinned him and tanned it. And
that's gnarly.
Yeah, William Wallace was a sadistic guy.
Yeah, he sounds pretty gnarly.
Mel Gibson portrayed him as this big heroic guy, and really, I mean,
it's history and movies are two entirely different things.
And that's a long fucking movie.
Oh yeah,
holy shit! Put it in the long haul.
I love it when people come in, right, and they've seen all these movies and they think they know the history, and they're like, oh yeah, William Wallace. Different. Yeah, William Wallace was this great big hero, and he saved this English princess from being raped.
He was Scottish.
No, he was an
outlaw.
He was an outlaw and a madman. He was a battlefield nightmare. Robert the Bruce actually hated him because he'd just run into the line like a madman and not care for himself.
Yeah.
Right? Just cause a big ruckus and screw everything up.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Sounds like my
sometimes
type of guy.
chaos works though. The unexpected, in strategies and military stuff, sometimes it works.
You got to put a pillow on my stool because my ass is going nuts.
That's a lot of what gets me with it too. Is I love the military strategy behind it. How genius these guys were for really what they had. Right, like now we've got tanks and cruise missiles and drones, and these guys had bow and arrows and horses.
Stupid.
It is. It's. I honestly think if we still fought with this stuff, we'd be a lot more hesitant to fight wars, because with guns and that, it's so impersonal.
Well, it's impersonal, and especially like there's more talk.
Or the people that were actually fighting in the wars would be would be
you'd be looking
intense.
Exactly.
People,
right? You're looking the guy in the eye,
JD,
right? Yeah.
Someone that would be willing to slash someone with a sword.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to pull a trigger.
Yeah.
So you get a variety in there, and a lot of them can't take it that well. A lot of them come back, right? And they go nuts, and it takes a certain kind of person to be able to
don't get me wrong,
kill someone.
Some of those things that those guys
Not that I'm saying that you're a murderer or I'm a murderer. I just know there's certain people that will.
Well, even then,
this is about holding your own. Well, unless you're a Viking,
as much as
people's shit, but
as much as I practice this stuff, I hope to never use it.
I
hope to never use it.
Don't lie. There's a zombie apocalypse.
Zombie apocalypse. Different story.
Zombie apocalypse.
Different story. Different story there.
Or like some sort of apocalypse.
Yeah.
I'll be coming around your house right down the road. Just let me borrow a sword for 5 minutes.
I can do that.
So I know you have a zombie axe anyway.
Yeah, I got one of those zombie tools.
Yeah, I saw that.
Zombie tool.
Yeah, it's the company out of Montana, Missoula, Montana, and it's just a bunch of drunk metalheads that know how to forge. And they actually, it's pretty cool because they take stuff that it's historically inspired, but it's got some fantasy twist on it. But their stuff is damn near indestructible.
Yeah,
like I myself have actually breached a car door with this zombie tool.
Oh, wow.
Like I cut right through it. And like, you're not supposed to cut through metal with other metal, but you can with this. And it's absolutely awesome. If you go on YouTube and look their swords up, you can actually watch one of them cut through a truck hood with their swords.
Have you seen that Irish guy that builds big giant swords?
Yeah.
I had his show on for a while.
Michael Cthulhu.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
He's a bit nuts too.
He got some strong opinions about those swords, but
you don't like him?
No, I don't like those swords.
Why don't you like him?
It's because they're not really well made. He's just taking a big hunk of steel stuck together. Yeah, it's art, but it's not bladesmithing.
It's hilarious.
It is hilarious. Yeah, I will give it that.
No, I haven't seen the swords.
They are like
they're massive, like the Cloudbuster sword from Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, okay. Is that the guy? I watched one where he like made the Thundercats sword. Is the same guy?
That might be Man at Arms.
Yeah. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, Man at Arms is actually, those guys are renowned bladesmiths. The company doing it now is actually the guys that do the smithing for us.
Right.
Yeah, Man at Arms. Or Baltimore Knife and Sword.
Yeah.
They do the Man at Arms Reforged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bing.
Bing.
I'm the Bing man.
Someone's important.
Yeah, I'm popular today.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. Honestly, it's living a dream. I never thought I'd actually end up getting to do this.
Right.
So
what many people do.
No.
Well, how far? Like you said, you've been doing it for 5 years in, right? And I mean, obviously, are you co-owner of Dark Creations, or it's a collaborative kind of deal? I actually just kind of got hired out of a whim. I kind of took off from there. My boss just needed a kid to run his store for a bit. And how many years were you in at that point?
Like maybe 4 months, 5 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So it came really fast.
It was maybe like 3-4 months after I bought my first high carbon steel sword that I got the job interview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anybody looking to do this stuff, what advice do you have for them? Like if they wanted to learn, could they come to you guys and you would teach them?
With people that learning, yes, I would teach them.
Yeah.
But as far as getting into the industry itself and actually making a career out of it.
Well, it's pretty niche.
Yeah, it's luck. It's
a
lot of luck. I'm very lucky for what I have, and I count my blessings every day for what I have, because it's a dream.
Yeah.
And not many people get to live that.
No.
Yeah. But as far as people wanted to come and learn how to do chainmail or start learning the leatherwork, that is something I am actually doing right now. I got a couple of friends that I've been teaching leatherwork to.
Nice. I'd like to cut some shit.
Yeah.
We should just do that.
Yeah. Oh, we can do that too. I can teach you how to do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that.
And obviously you're available for commission chainmail and leather, and it's not restricted just to weaponry. You would do motorcycle seats, all that kind of stuff, like you mentioned, chaps.
Yeah,
but it is expensive if you want the silver links.
Yeah, it is. It all depends how much you want to put into it. But I am
naturally. But just saying to the people that are watching that you are absolutely available for commission work. And
it's something. If I can think of it and I like it, I'll build it. Right, it doesn't have to be just the medieval
But like
stuff.
an artist, don't come asking for a bunch of free crap.
Yeah.
It's going to cost you Mulan. Takes a lot of time.
There's a big thing we always say is that there's 3 options: good, fast, and cheap.
Yeah.
You never get 3, you get 2.
Yeah.
Right. So, and a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
But the people that do, they appreciate it. You can get good and cheap, but you're not going to get fast.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yep.
Good and cheap.
Yep. So, and I will work with people on that. I'll be like, I can do it on the cheap, but you're not going to see it for a couple of months.
So best way to get a hold of you is
through the shop.
Through the shop.
Call the shop. I do have an email, but it's down right now. I'm just
so Dark Creations, they have a website?
Yeah, darkagecreations.com. We're on Facebook too. We're on Twitter at We Sell Swords.
Yeah. Open 7 days a week.
Yep. Monday to Saturday, 11 to 7, 12
and they can come down, talk to you about any project they want. And
come talk to me.
Any slicing and dicing needs.
Yep. And,
they are there.
Yeah, and naturally you've got a bunch of stuff obviously pre-made. I've seen some of the stuff in the window.
Yes, we do. Yeah. It's some stuff I do stock, and then some stuff I do as a commission.
Well, hopefully we can see more at Comic-Con.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone should shop Comic-Con. We'll be there. They'll be there. We'll get all the links below. That's pretty much us for... the second episode with Layne here.
Thanks for having me, guys.
No worries. It was good having you.
On.
It was epic.
For sure.
I think you should unsheath that sword before we sign out as I say goodbye. Anyway, I'm Lloyd.
And I'm JD.
And
peace. See ya.